Hello, everybody. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Okay, so some of you may have gone through a different link, and that's because every time that I add a new link or change the name, it creates an entire new feed. So please excuse me, I'll go ahead and delete that other one, and then we can all meet here at this one. This is where you and I will be meeting today. All right, so today we are doing day 11 of our 30-day alchemy transformation challenge. And we're going to be taking a look at in-depth uh, work today. We're going to be getting into the actual work of how to alchemize life force multidimensionally. Yesterday, I did an entire presentation on how we utilize life force and how we are interconnected in the network of this uh, consciousness and this intelligence that connects all organisms in the multiverse. So today we're going to take a look at how we can work with that in order to apply an alchemization within the physical body. Okay. And remember that every single day is incremental. So everything that you learn at the beginning of this challenge, we're going to be applying daily to continue our work and to continue this process of alchemization. Breath, techniques of breathing, holding the energy. I want you to be doing that every single morning. And I want to hear how you're doing. How has it changed your day? How have these exercises and new ways of embodying changed the way that you feel about yourself and see the world around you? I want you to notice that and take a look at what you discover. Okay. So let me come over here in the chat. Hi, everyone. Hello. Love you. Grace. This is how. Hello, Geraldine, Marilena. So good to see you. Love, love, love. Darina Yardova. Kevin Gogan, so good to see you. Marilena, GB, welcome. Kevin Parkinson, so good to see you. Eric, Mana, Grace, Daniel Ruiz, so wonderful to see you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and share. Please do share this with anybody that would like to join us. If you feel that somebody would benefit from this challenge, please do share it. And I am going to share this as well. All right. So today we're going to be doing day 11. And we're going to be, I know a lot of you are very excited about doing the meditation today because this is the actual practical work of the conversation that we're having yesterday. Let me go ahead and share this. Go ahead and put your questions in the chat below. Hello, Samantha. My third eye is lighting up for the past few days. What's happening, Samantha? That's amazing. You are activating your intuitive faculties. So continue going in that direction, continue expanding, train that intuition every day. Hello, JK80s horror fans. So good to see you. Anders, Marilena, Pono, good to see you. Sioban, so wonderful to see you. All right, lovey. So let's get right in. So tonight, we're going to be taking a look at how to alchemize life force within the body and how to implement this alchemization so that we can begin to reintegrate fractalization that occurs through any kind of traumatic experience that we might be experiencing through our everyday life. And any kind of alchemizing means that we are turning the experience from low to high, which means that in our physical body, we can utilize our awareness to transmute the emotions, thought forms, and frequency that comes from those thought forms into a higher state of embodiment. So let's jump right in. I want you guys to get nice and comfortable, and you're going to take a nice deep breath. Inhaling deeply. With every breath you take, allow yourself to come into a state of complete relaxation complete calm, breathing. And bring your awareness to the physical body. Allow yourself to come into a state of complete relaxation. Take your attention to your physical body as you connect with every cell in the body. Every cell of the body is holding memory, information. So I want you to connect with every cell of your body, consciously communicating and bridging that communication with the internal self, asking every cell to wake up consciousness, to wake up into awareness. Every cell wakes up into this conscious awareness and into their highest operating expression. And we begin to notice that the highest operation for the physical body is that of balance and unity with the collective. So we're going to ask that every cell in the body begins to work in unity, breathing. Okay. As you go from the crown of your head down to the base of your feet, connect with your body as one. Take your attention out to your energetic field. Tune in to your energetic field. How far out does your energy extend around you? Go ahead and tune into that. Breathing. And as you take your attention to your energetic field, I want you to begin to visualize a field around your body made out of something completely impenetrable. See it around you. And the purpose of this is that so we can begin to cultivate our life force. We are a field of infinite energy, but we need to learn how to cultivate how our body is expressing in this realm. So everything inside this field is what you can control. And this is what I want to redirect your attention from the external to the internal. So as you create this sphere around you, breathing deeply, begin to become aware of the parts of your body that are unconscious, that are dormant. Breathe. Down to the base of the spine. We're going to begin to take our attention now to the perineum, to the base of the body. And as you connect to the base of the body, to the perineum, begin to activate the life force center in this space as if you have an orb of life force that is pulsating, generating life force. I want you to visualize this orb of life force that begins to rotate with your mind at the base of the spine, in the center of the perineum. And as you visualize this beautiful orb rotating and moving, every pool that it goes up in this turning movement, like a toroidal movement, it is pulling life force from the core of the planet into the body and recycling it. Every time it moves outward, it is releasing anything that needs to be released from the body. Every time it's pulling, contracting, it absorbs life force into the body. So as this orb at the perineum begins to move in this spherical toroidal movement, it functions like a recycling system for the entire body. And you will feel an ebb and flow of life force in your body as you move and spin that energy. This ebb and flow is important to practice in your body anytime you are working with life force. You are a generator of life force. Therefore, your body functions like an absorption mechanism, which can absorb life force from everywhere around it. And we can also eliminate life force because of the form of our body being like a toroidal field that we can also eliminate in the natural cycles of ebb and flow, of receiving and giving energy. This practice that you're beginning to become acquainted with is how we begin to train all of the system network in order to become familiar with ebb and flow of life, giving and receiving, death and life. So, this constant dance allows the body not to become attached to any one energy that it might embody or it might experience. Although we can explore all kinds of energies and experiences, everything must be willing to be released at any time for recycling, for renewal, for rebirth. So, as you begin to see that little light, golden orb of energy growing in the perineum, we are going to connect with every cell in the body. And we are going to utilize this energy growing in the perineum to begin to detoxify the body from any patterns of survival, of fear, of separation that are embedded in our genetic data, in the hologram. So go ahead and visualize the connection to all of the cells in the body as we begin to notice that our attention gets connected and directed to certain parts of the body in which this heavy thought forms are trapped within the organs, the nervous system, the muscle systems, and the layers of the multidimensional body. The more intuitive you are and the more vision you have practiced yourself to cultivate, the more you will be able to see inside of the physical and sense the connections and roots in your field. Your body has 13 dimensional layers. So as you begin to connect with the cells in the body, notice how they are holographic. You can locate the stagnation in the body, but you will also be able to acknowledge the stagnation in the field. So I want you to broaden your perspective into observation of this vision, both internally and simultaneously externally. Go ahead, breathing deeply. Very good. As you allow that life force to cultivate in the center core of the perineum, it begins to kind of grow faster and faster. The more energy it absorbs, the more energy it clears and purifies through this center of purification. So allow yourself to let those cells come online, make themselves known, and work on visualizing that you are pulling any kind of heavy, condensed, heavy wavelengths of frequency, and you're allowing this orb to begin to absorb and release everything that doesn't need to be in the physical body. Breathing. feeling the turning sensation, the movement sensation of this orb, releasing all the programs of separation, programs of disconnect, fears, anxieties, doubts. Watch the orb changing colors as it quickly moves heavy debris from the cells of the body. So, as you begin to notice these programs embedded within your genetic data, within the cells of the body, we're going to go into a next layer of your holographic field. Begin to search for all of the core agreements with family, with our ancestors, with partners, with siblings, with friends, in which we share these programs. So your attention is going from the cells of the body out to your field in which we are interconnected to the collective. So as you allow yourself to focus on this network, begin to identify through the cells, through the parts of your body where you feel the densities, the stagnation, a lot of information and images will begin to surface. This information is connected to the field, which interconnects us to other people that are in resonance to these programs. So begin to notice as you follow the energetic trails of your body out to your field, what are the programs that connect you to people, places, things which we are constantly interacting with? What are those agreements? These agreements of fear, insecurity, doubt, separation. Search your body from the top to the bottom for all of these programs that are embedded within the body and those that are connected. Go ahead and see that now. Notice the patterns, notice the cycles. Notice that many of these agreements are very old agreements. Notice that we continue to repeat certain patterns over and over again. Fear, separation, disconnect, feeling that we don't belong, any feelings and emotions that we are lonely, abandoned, do not have a home or a family. Connect to the field. In the field is infinite access to all that you need to know. And as you quiet your mind, you begin to broaden your vision into understanding these programs, to seeing them and accessing them. Breathing down to the perineum, breathing. As you begin to clear the energy and let that orb, the natural movement of that orb, moving and recycling the life force, you will notice that your energy in the root, in the lower part of your body that connects to all the cells that are in resonance with those thought forms, begin to lighten up the life force. So allow yourself to see that. All of those interconnections. Take your attention now to the endocrine system at the root chakra. Visualize that this golden orb of light begins to regenerate the endocrine system, infusing now with life force, with fresh life force from the earth into the body, regenerating all of the endocrine system runways that connect to the root chakra. Begin to access this cleansing and purifying process. While you're healing here, I want you to begin to observe all of your ancestors that you have connected with, all of the people, places, and things. I want you to see them in a crowd in front of you. I want you to shine your crown light on top of these people. The crown light, the center of manifestation, allows us to see truth beyond the limitation of the ego and the limiting belief systems. So, as you shine your light on these people, begin to observe the contract that manifests before you. This contract represents the agreement that we have made in order to embody thought forms of disconnect, fear, separation, feelings that we don't belong, feelings that we don't have a home. Take a look at the agreements that are shared. In other words, the patterns of belief and emotions that we have adopted from the ancestral lineage. Take a look at where these programs have been adopted from. Why have we inherited these belief systems? Just observe. Without getting lost in emotional stories, allow yourself to simply observe and allow the insight to naturally form and manifest through your vision. Allow yourself to receive the insight necessary to understand these agreements on the highest level possible. Notice the layers of belief systems that begin to arise as you observe this. Notice the emotions that come up. You might be able to see a lot of patterns of suffering that begin to arise, suffering that has been passed down through the generations, generation after generation. From a place of neutrality, begin to observe what is it that these beings required from themselves in order to no longer embody this pattern and repeat it over and over again. Take a look at that. Now take a look at yourself. Take your vision back to your life in the present moment. How are you continuing to repeat these patterns and implement them into your life now? How have they hindered you from embodying your highest expression? Go ahead and see that now. Breathing deeply. As you observe this information, begin to notice the body as it begins to respond to what you're identifying. Different parts of your body will contract, different parts of your body will get your attention. This is where you store those belief systems. Pay very close attention. Your body is a fractal of the earth. Wherever we hold information in the body also mirrors the way information is stored on the planet Earth. Every country that our ancestral lineage is connected to is encoded with the same patterns of suffering that are linking us through belief systems, social structures that embed and affect us. Breathing deeply. As you begin to see all of these patterns arising, coming up, begin to notice that all of these ancestors are going to be surrounded in a golden sphere of light. Allow them to absorb what they require in order to no longer suffer in this way. There's a lot of information that you will be able to access by this simple exercise that will help you understand new ways of living, being, and expressing yourself in the world in your everyday life. So pay close attention to the insights that you discover as you observe. You begin to see your ancestors becoming released. All of the ancestral lineages that connect us to the countries from which these ancestors emerge from also begin to dissolve. You are working holographically in your morphogenetic field at this moment. This alchemical practice of transmuting these thought forms by learning and expanding your perspective is one of the most powerful ways to alchemize and create new neural pathways in the brain that begin to completely change the way you interact in your everyday life. So take your attention back now to the body and focus on that orb of golden light that is generating life force in the perineum. Allow that perineum to continue to clear out and open up this pathway of life force, releasing any final blockages in the body, thought forms that are still being held onto in the vibrational frequency of lack, separation, and fear. With every breath you take, absorbing clean energy, earth energy into the body, and infusing it into every cell of the body. Every cell of the body now has released programs of fear and is now being replaced with programs of life force, pure life force. So allow the body to begin to absorb this life force. As you fill your body with white light at the cellular level, your body will begin to adjust. Take your attention now to the back of the root chakra. In this area, move the golden orb from the perineum to the back of your spine in the root chakra. Begin to allow that cleansing energy to unstagnate or remove, release any stagnant energy in that root back chakra. These are subconscious belief systems, deep rooted belief systems that we have a hard time releasing. So allow yourself an opportunity to let that go. Breathing deeply. With every breath you take, visualize that every inhale absorbs clean life force and every exhale is spinning and releasing the stagnation of these thought forms from the back root chakra. You will feel a rebalancing, you will feel an opening, you will feel clarity, and you will also feel safe. It is important to always work with both feminine and masculine aspects of the chakras in order to maintain balance and true change in the body. Okay. We're going to take that beautiful golden orb and we're going to send it up into the sacral chakra now. Visualize the golden orb moving in that toroidal form. And once again, as we allow ourselves to access the endocrine system from the sacral chakra, begin to allow your body to access all of the cellular memory that is holding programs of this is imbalanced exchanges with people, places, and things. Anytime that our creative life force has become stagnant as a result of doubt, shame, guilt, feelings of not receiving love or giving love, allow that sacral chakra to begin to clear out all of those programs, connect to every cell in the body, and visualize that this generating life force is pulling from each one of those cells these deep-seated subconscious programs. Identify in the body what parts of your body begin to tense up, lighten up, as you begin to identify the programs of imbalanced exchanges and of creation. See that now. Everything is light. Everything is frequency, down to the molecular nano level of your body, into the greatest field of frequencies that you are all made out of. So the utilization of life force allows you to move through energy, and it depends on your intention and how you are using life force. Your intention is especially important when utilizing any color frequency because that intention intensifies or weakens the flow of life force in the body. And we want to make sure that when we're infusing these parts of the body, we allow ourselves to clear out what we want to let go, what we wish to let go, release and heal. Breathing deeply. Allowing every cell of the body to release, pulling that fresh energy from the center of the earth through that orb of light, asking every cell of the body to regenerate itself. And we're going to take the attention out to your field as you begin to access the contractual agreements, people, places, and things that mirror these programs that we have allowed into our lives in order to experience and learn how to transcend limiting belief systems around creation and exchange. Go ahead and see that now. Work in your field, begin to notice if these programs are closer to the body or further away. The further away they are, the more subconscious they are. The closer they are to the body, the more we are actively embodying, repeating, and using them as a reference. So observe your multidimensional body. You don't have to see it, you just have to know it, feel it, hear it. Use all of your senses to tune in to access this information. Simply asking will allow you to access the answers that you require. See that now. Excellent work. And as you begin to clear out these thought forms from the cell and the field, begin to see all of the people and places and things that you've interacted in a crowd in front of you. And as you see them in a crowd, go ahead and shine your crown light. I want you to see the contractual agreement that we have made to learn this lesson and allow yourself to absorb whatever is necessary from this agreement in order to better, deeper understand why we are repeating this pattern. See that now. Be mindful of the very subtle insights. So much information is available to you here. It is helping you understand your relationships with others and with yourself, and more importantly, the relationship of the integration of dualities from which creation emerges. When we can't exchange with those around us in a balanced manner, we also cannot co-create. We also cannot bring into the material these manifestations, because we cannot birth. There is no unity internally. This is why we cannot manifest. So allow yourself to clear that out, learn what you need to learn, and dissolve that contractual agreement if you're ready to let it go. Inhale deeply, calling back your life force into the body, allowing that golden orb of light to begin to continue regenerating as it pulls fresh life force from the earth into the body. Allow yourself to illuminate all of the cells of the body that you're clearing now with this fresh life force. This life force infills you with new insight, with an understanding, a deeper understanding of how relationships and exchanges can be balanced, what you require in order to have balanced exchanges with yourself and with others. Allow the cells of your body to take in this information as it begins to encode a new way of understanding repetitive patterns that we're going to override. See that now. As you connect with the field, begin to notice all the ancestral lineages that interconnect you to the grid of the earth in which all of the world is continuing to operate by this frequency. Allow yourself to clear those cords from your fields. You will be able to see the fields, the dimensions in which you're working that interconnect you with the fields of the earth. So allow yourself to dissolve those fields, dissolve those cords of information that bind you to these lineages. See that now. This is the alchemization process within the ancestral holographic field. Breathing. Always breathing, maintaining the ebb and flow of life within the body to allow for release and receive. Excellent work. We're going to go ahead and take that beautiful orb of light. You're going to take it up into the solar plexus now, into the center core. Go ahead and visualize that beautiful orb of light beginning to generate this incredible amount of life force as it begins to access the center of empowerment. And as it begins to clear out, connect with the center core of the endocrine system in the solar plexus. So as you begin to clear out and infuse that life force into meridian lines of the solar plexus, begin to clean out any stagnation in the organs, any stagnation in the flow and in the releasing systems of the body. Allow yourself to infuse and connect with all of the cells in the body that are holding on to programs of the lack of empowerment, helplessness, hopelessness, feelings that we are victimized by anything external to us, any programs in which we give our power away or believe that something external to us is more powerful than ourselves. Go ahead and access all of these thought forms in the body, locate them in the cells, located in the different organs, in the different layers, as you begin to understand how much of these programs make up your running programs in the back of your mind. Go ahead and access that now. You'll discover that a lot of this information is located in the back of the spine. Allow yourself to begin to look at the programs that are blocking the back of the solar plexus. These are the subconscious belief systems. A lot of our belief systems are very subconscious, and many times we don't have the awareness of how we are operating until we really look at them. So take a look at the spinal cord, beginning to observe how much of these programs are embedded and hidden from us. As you begin to observe these programs from the cells of the body, begin to broaden your perspective out to your energetic field. Notice the connections with people, places, and things that you are creating and connecting and resonating with these same thought forms. Allow yourself to identify the connections to people and places and things, and the cords that connect to the cells in the body, the organs that are stagnating that information. So as you begin to broaden your perspective out into your field, to notice where the root of these programs are, allow yourself to regenerate, bring that life, that cleansing energy, releasing from the field. Go ahead and see all of your ancestors, family, friends, everyone that you're interacting with in this same frequency in front of you. Allow yourself to identify who they are. That's a very powerful part of this practice. And as you begin to see them, allow yourself to see the agreement that has been made in order to experience and learn from these same resonance experiences. See that now. Breathing deeply. So as you dissolve these programs, begin to understand what is necessary in order to do the opposite of that pattern, the pattern of suffering that you've discovered. What would be the opposite of that? Allow yourself to discover a new way of interacting in this field. See that now. Very good. So as you inhale deeply and exhale, neutralize your connections and allow yourself to fill your body with fresh life force energy from the earth up into the body, into that golden orb of energy. Allow every cell inside of your body to begin to regenerate with this new understanding, this new frequency of acceptance, love, and this life force that begins to nourish the body. Go ahead and see that now. Every cell of the body that was holding this program is now replaced with this clear understanding, this expansive union to source, to the whole. having released the barriers that block your ability to understand what you require. Very good. You're going to go up into your heart chakra now. Take that golden orb of light into the heart. Allow that energy to begin to regenerate and move. And I want you to now expand this field, this golden orb. I want you to allow it to expand. You're going to visualize that this golden orb of light is now giant around your entire body, a toroidal field of golden energy. Now that you have opened the first three chakras and neutralized and cleared them, allow yourself to expand this toroidal field around the entire body. So right now you have the center core of light through the center of the body, going out through the crown of the head and back in through the perineum and back out again. Allow yourself to feel the running of this energy through the body. And you have a channel of elimination that goes down to the earth, and you have a channel of elimination that goes out through the crown of your head. So go ahead and allow yourself to feel the movement of that energy as you expand your heart chakra. And once again, we're going to identify all the blocks in the heart. As you begin to expand this life force, identify in the cells of your body anywhere that we're holding on to programs of unworthiness, inability to love yourself, inability to accept yourself, to acknowledge, to validate all of the belief systems that don't allow you to embody this vessel fully. Allow yourself to see in your cells as they store this information. It is the memory of separation that we experience coming into this duality. Notice in your body, everywhere that you're holding on to this program of separation, feelings of being unworthy, not good enough, not lovable, not loved, and any kind of disconnects around love. Feelings of separation from the whole and from ourselves. As you begin to observe in the cells of your body, how much of that you hold on. Look at the endocrine system connected to the heart. Allow yourself to clear this system. This is the thymus. So as you connect and clear out the thymus and the meridian lines that connect to the thymus, this is the generation of blood production in the body. It is the center of clearing out the airways, the oxygen that we create, all of the vital functions of the body. So when we are not in alignment with love, the body begins to get ill and suffers greatly. So as you begin to regenerate these systems, take your attention out to the energetic field in which you are connected to thought forms and programs that enhance and create patterns of disconnect from the self. Go ahead and see that now. Take a look at your family, ancestors, siblings, friends, colleagues, everyone in your sphere, every other organism, every human that is in your sphere that resonates with that same program, just observing how we are attracted to and bring into our space in order to experience and transcend this program. Take a look at that. As you begin to observe these patterns, begin to question, how can we break this pattern? How can we be the change in this pattern? Observe both practical, emotional, energetic, and physical ways that you can begin to change this pattern. All of that information will be available to you as you observe. Excellent. As you see your body now, I want you to visualize that you're pulling from the center of the earth that fresh life force that comes into the body. Go ahead and see people, places, and things in front of you in a crowd around you that are embodying these same programs. Okay, take a look at all of these people that we are in resonance with that same program. We're going to surround them in a golden sphere of light. And now that you have observed, allow them to become infused with this new understanding. Allow them to leave your space. Inhale deeply, calling back your life force and releasing. And as you inhale, taking back your life force and releasing, pulling up that fresh energy into the cells, into the field, as you nourish the body, allowing the field to begin to run this new energy. You're going to go up to your throat as you bring this energy, clearing out the throat chakra, clearing out the endocrine system in the throat, the meridian line of the throat, which connects directly to the sexual organs. Allow yourself to feel that life force energy beginning to move up through that center meridian line as it begins to activate any blockages and move them out, clear them out. Access all of the cellular memory that is holding on to blockages of the inability to communicate and express. Blockages that don't allow us to balance our perspectives of feminine and masculine within the body and externally. All the dualistic belief systems that we hold on to, allow every cell of the body to begin to show you how you maintain that imbalance within you. Emotional, physical, mental, in the actions in your everyday life, in your interactions. Observe. You are observing from a non-judgmental, neutral perspective that allows you to see truth. See that now. Okay, go ahead and see now as you tune into your sphere, all the people, places, and things that are resonating with this energy, these programs within your field. Go ahead and see them in front of you. Allow yourself to become aware of the programs that you are repeating, the patterns, the ancestral patterns of the lack of communication and expression, the fear of expression, the fear of speaking truth is what resides in this space. So, how are we repeating that pattern for many generations? Take a look at that. Why do we continue to repeat this pattern? Breathing deeply as you allow yourself to cut cords, inhale deeply. When I say cut cords, all that we're doing is we're neutralizing these belief systems. Release everything that you need to let go. Allow yourself to see the field, the world beginning to readjust energetically. Your connections to the ancestral lineages that hold on to these programs are released from your field as you inhale deeply and release. Okay, allow yourself to bring fresh energy from the center of the earth, bringing it into the body, all from the center core, creating this toroidal field of life force, cleaning and nourishing all the cells of the body that continue to hold this program within. Clear out, nourish those cells, allow the cells to absorb and regenerate with this new understanding that you have just discovered. Feel your body regenerating, recalibrating, healing, becoming whole. This is how we are beginning to cultivate life force through the body and alchemize everything that we no longer need. Okay, you're going to go up into the third eye, and the third eye, go ahead and visualize expanding and clearing all of the programs that hinder your ability to trust yourself. All the parts of you that are continuing to look outside for trust, for love, for protection, and redirect that attention back to yourself. As you begin to speak to all the cells in your body that do not trust you, where do you not trust yourself? Take a look at that. All of the programs of mistrust begin to take your attention to your energetic sphere, the layers of your body in which you are holding on to belief systems of mistrust within your family, friends, colleagues, partners, ancestral lineages. Take a look at how we are continuing to repeat these programs. It's within the 11th level of consciousness that we begin to access this higher level of information. As you clear the layers of your body that hold on to these stagnant emotions, you begin to activate the higher dimensions of your body as well. 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th. And it is within this field that you have access to a higher wisdom and understanding of your place and your purpose here on this planet. While you maintain repeating unconscious and subconscious programs of the matrix, you block yourself from accessing a higher wisdom and a higher knowledge of how to exist and coexist in the universe. As you begin to allow yourself to expand your crown, I want you to inhale deeply, pulling up that life force from the perineum now that you have opened that center, rushing up into the body, into the spine, up into the pineal gland, and begin to activate the pineal gland. Now that you have neutralized from your physical body and from your field stagnant and low thought forms, the energy that you cultivate in the perineum will be pure, clear, and neutral. This, as a daily meditation, will allow you to quickly move through the blockages and identify what blocks you on an everyday basis. Allow yourself to pull up that life force as you contract and pull up the pelvic floor, breathing deeply, absorbing life force from the earth, utilizing your body and the pelvic muscles at the base of the spine. Pull up and absorb from the earth this pure light force with the breath that you take, breathing into the body, massaging the spine, activating the spine, going up into the pineal gland, illuminating the pineal gland, and allow yourself to feel that energy rush up over the crown of your head, down the center of your forehead. Go ahead and take your tongue up to the palate of your to your palate, tongue to the roof of your mouth, and begin to breathe again cyclically, pulling up that life force from the center of the earth, utilizing the muscles in the body, contracting as you use your body as a sponge to absorb clean life force into the body. Every cell of your body becomes activated and illuminated. Begin to access, as you pull it up, the awareness of your field, 13-dimensional layers around your body. Every time you run this energy through your body, you begin to activate access to these fields, to the layers of your body, to the visibility of these fields, because you begin to access and activate chemicals in the body that expand your vision. So once again, pull up from the center of the earth, utilizing your body as a sponge, contracting those muscles, pulling up that life force up your spine, massaging, being aware of every single vertebrae in your spine is becoming active as you pull up that energy up into the crown of your head, into the pineal. And in the pineal, begin to activate and hold that breath gently. You're going to gently hold the breath every time that you're moving up the spine, and allow that energy to fall down through the front of your forehead into the tongue and back down through the front of the body, creating a cyclical flow of energy that you are creating. I'm going to add one more step here, and it's going to be the use of your tongue. Your tongue, you're going to rotate it every time that you are pulling life force from the earth in and contracting the perineum. You're going to pull it up the spine. I want you to also move your tongue. So imagine that this is your tongue. You're going to twist it like this in your mouth, visualizing that you are scooping life force. The reason why we use the tongue, because the tongue is the end of the muscle. It's a muscle that is connected to the throat, connected down the center meridian line and into the sexual organs. This is one system of transmutation. So when we begin to move the tongue, you are also learning how to absorb energy into the body. This is a very powerful technique. As you absorb and move with your tongue and bring it up through the pineal gland and down through the front of the face, you're going to put the tongue up to the roof of the mouth, closing the circuit, allowing that life force to move down through the center front of your body. You will feel a warm sensation and your body warming up. So again, allow yourself to use your body like a sponge, absorbing that life force, contracting the pelvic muscles, bringing that energy, massaging the spine, activating the spine up into the pineal gland, utilizing your tongue to lift up that energy into the body. This entire system cleans out the endocrine system in the throat as well. It's one of the hardest systems to flush out. Any imbalances with our dualistic perception are usually the stickiest ones to clear out. So this is what we want to clean in the body so that you can allow yourself to move life force, okay? So as you feel that rush of the body and you allow yourself to move that, breathing deeply, feeling the sensations of rush down through the front of the body, create that motion like the ebb and flow of life force through the body. Breathing deeply. Breathing deeply. Pulling it up. The movement of the tongue also activates the runways of life force through this meridian and allows the energy to enter into the brain cavity in an easier way into the pineal gland. So just notice, I want you to experiment with it and notice what you feel as you feel these different movements of life force in your body. Okay. Excellent work. So we're going to activate the 7th and the 8th chakra. As you activate your 8th, I want you to illuminate the 8th chakra with the color of creation, your highest creation frequency. Fill it in. Send that color down to the 7th. Activate the 7th. As you set your intention that you are in alignment with your highest expression in all areas of your life, career, abundance, love, consciousness, intimacy, relationships, sexual energy, creative life force energy, health, and purpose. Fill it in. As you activate intentionally all areas of your life with your highest expression, allow yourself to begin to take this energy up into the 9th chakra. Activate the 9th. Activate the 10th. And every chakra that you activate, visualize that your tongue is also moving. Activate the 12th. Activate the 13th. Okay, so now that you're here, I want you to visualize absorbing with your entire body as a whole the ebb and flow of universal unity. Visualize your entire energetic body, running energy through the body, fluidly allowing yourself to enter into that 0 point. As you align yourself with the neutral point at the center core of your vortex, begin to feel yourself moving this life force through the body. And what you're going to be doing with this energy exchange is you're going to be receiving, absorbing,
and release. So as you run energy through the body, in your mind, the intention is that you are receiving love from the universe. You are nourishing the body with love, unconditional love, which is source. Release everything that you do not require that blocks your ability to embody love. Breathing deeply from the perineum, contracting the muscles up into the spine, twisting the tongue, allowing that energy to enter into the pineal gland, down through the center crown of the head, down through the bottom. And the exchange is to release and absorb, absorb and release. You are deeply loved by the universe as you begin to recite in your mind that you are loved. The universe loves you. You are source, you are a fractal of source, and you are the embodiment of this unconditional love in which you exist in the 0 point as unity with the whole. As you begin to embody this thought form in your body, begin to memorize it into the cells of your body. Excellent. You'll notice the expansion in your heart. You will notice that your chakras begin to balance and that your body begins to feel healthy, vital, life. Excellent. I want you to come back into the room. And as you open your eyes and you bring yourself back into the room, I want you to connect with your body with your eyes open and just sit still for a moment. With your eyes open, notice that the rush of energy continues to move now that you have activated in your body. You're going to continue to feel the gentle ebb and flow of life force through your body, maintaining you in a neutral point. Right now, the vortex of your body has been activated and you're able to move the vortex of your body. This allows you to continue to stay the attention from the external to the present moment in which you have the mastery of co-creation and bringing into manifestation everything that you need. Okay, so I want to thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I really hope that you enjoyed this meditation. I hope that it was productive. And I'm going to open the chat now for some questions. So let's go ahead and go to the chat. Does anybody have any questions about the exercises? Tomorrow, I'm going to talk to you about the tongue because we're going to begin to take a look at how life force moves to the center core of the body. So let me come over here and answer some questions. Hi guys, Katie, how are you? Bob, how are you? Welcome. Hey, Lightiel, love you. Thank you so much for being here. Self-Love Center, thank you so much for joining us. Launika Yoli, extremely grateful for this wonderful channel. Thank you so much. Lightiel, love you so much. Fernando, thank you, Geraldine. Dean Davis, thank you so much for all you do for us. Thank you very much. Anders, white light on the cellular level, does that change how the cells work? For example, protein folding in cells already seems like an intelligent process, and maybe the white light can improve cells. Yes, overall, it's not really just white light in general. It's the intention and that we infuse this life force with. That's the important thing. Now, different colors of light do have different frequencies, so they will do different things to the body. Some colors we have to, especially in pranic healing, when we utilize certain colors, we only want to use very little light pastel, barely tinges of the color, because more intense colors are a strong condensed and density of life force and intention of that frequency. So we have to be careful because sometimes it could cause adverse effects in the body. If you fill your body automatically with a super brilliant blue light, for example, and direct it into an organ for a long amount of time, it can take that organ out of balance if that organ is in contrast with this life force. And I see this a lot in healing when I work in healing bodies, that the body really requires light amount of colors, light amount of energy The body is very intelligent, so it just needs a little bit to allow the organs to automatically come back into a balanced state. So you're absolutely right about its intelligent process. But to answer your question, um, because of this incredible intelligence, um, it's actually our thoughts and emotions that affect the cells more than the kind of light that we're using, because emotions are a much denser, heavier wavelength that affects the physical the more. The denser and the slower the wavelength, the more effect it has because it's closer to the density of the physical. Okay, so we need to be careful with that. And, as we talked about epigenetics, we want to make sure we understand what we're doing with our thought forms. But we can also create homeostasis in the body by managing our emotions and utilizing healing light through the body. In fact, when we create a pillar of white light down through the center of the body, it immediately brings the system back into balance, because it's almost as if you are bringing yourself into nature and completely realigning with the natural rhythms of earth, and brings the brain into alpha state and into the highest optimum function of the body. So these are ways that we can utilize that. Adam Gannon, thank you so much for joining us from the UK. Welcome. OG Edutainment, thank you so much for joining us. Anders, solar plexus, is that esoterically related to the sun? The name of the solar can be sun, I think. Yes, absolutely. We are fractals of sun being a source of life force. We are fractals of the sun, and every single system in the body that's a vibrational frequency connects with some of the planets in this solar system. But the sun is the primary center of life force, and it's mostly connected to our crown chakra of manifestation and co-creation, because this is where we communicate the most with the sun, actually. So yes, there's a connection between the solar plexus, solar being the center core coat, center, so sorry, center core of empowerment. And why? Because when we have healthy, vibrant life force, the body can operate in lots of energy. It's the center of energy. When we feel angry, we're never going to have energy. We're always going to be tired, sick, exhausted, depressed. So when we're in these lower, heavy emotions, the body cannot have and regenerate itself energetically. So going into nature, into the sun, creates vitamin D, which allows, it's a mood enhancer, right? So it changes and moves you out of that anger and depressive state. So the way that the body functions physiologically with our world is masterful, and the intelligence that the body has in creating these systems of regeneration are ones that we have to learn and pay attention to cultivate properly. Okay. Blue Cruise, tuned in, enjoy and learning from tonight's live stream. Thank you so much, Blue Cruise. Thank you very much for joining us. Judith Verbeen, thank you so much, dearest Geraldine, for all that you're doing for us. Love you, Judith, from Rome. Thank you for joining us. I hope to visit there soon this year. Anders says, curving the tongue is something I heard in a certain yoga practice, maybe a powerful practice. Yoga, the tongue is very powerful, and it's utilized in Qigong a lot, because again, we are utilizing the center core of the body. It's a muscle that has to be trained with intention, just like the pelvic floor has to be trained in the body in order to cultivate life force. This entire system has an intelligence. Marilena, thank you so much. Katie, thank you so much. Darina, love you. Fidel, great to have you. Same here. Teresa, thank you for that super chat. Love you so much. I'm very grateful. Lighttail says, what do you recommend to people who used to be more sensitive with energy work and visions, but are less sensitive now? Yes, so usually when that happens, we go through a lot of trauma that makes us afraid of the unknown. And sensitivity is an important tool to cultivate, But sensitivity allows us to have access to information about things that we are not familiar with, we don't know, we've never experienced. That's the unknown. So, in order to reverse the blockage that occurs as a result of fear of the unknown that blocks the sensitivities, we have to change into becoming best friends with the unknown, loving the unknown, which means surrendering into a neutrality. We need to train ourselves into neutrality, because anytime, especially as a sensitive person, you feel an energy, you feel anger on someone, for example, and you have a subconscious belief system that anger is bad. So immediately you categorize it as negative, and what happens is that you create a resistance pattern in the body, because the body memorizes how to respond to bad. So what happens is that the body goes into self-preservation and survival, and will disconnect over time and protect, because it thinks it has to protect the body from feeling bad, this anger, right? The fact that we judge something, we immediately become entangled, and we immediately match the resonance of what we're judging immediately. So that entanglement binds us and keeps us in repetitive patterns of limiting programs that we have encoded in our DNA and in our field. So to to change the patterns that we've created in order to become less sensitive, we have to not judge what we encounter with our sensitivity. And this is basically the maturity, a spiritual maturity that we cultivate through our evolution, through which means continuing to practice and experience these tools. It's very important that as an intuitive, you are constantly training and practicing your intuition every day, every moment, with everything that happens in your life. When that goes dormant, the sensitivity also goes dormant. Now, I will say that in the world, a lot of fear was infused over the last couple of years that was a test to light workers to see if they would be able to transcend that fear. Many of you have done an amazing job, but many also got stuck in the fear of connection, fear of talking, fear of being next to people. That is the best way to sever the senses of a human race. So light workers need to kind of change that whole program into understanding that frequency is what directs the experience. And in order to navigate unlimited unknown experiences, neutrality will be the one that will help us access all possible, everything from entities, disembodied souls, ETs, whatever we encounter in this experience in waking state and dream state. We have to be able to cultivate that sensitivity in order to know, to discern. When we don't have sensitivity, you very little have free will, because you're mostly being run by the fear programs that are in survival. Okay, so I hope that answers that question. Sun Lazuni says, that was really powerful and intense. My question is about the tongue. Can you explain the twist step again? Yes. And tomorrow I'm going to give you an entire presentation on the tongue and the sexual system. But imagine this is your tongue, right? So the idea is that you're going to turn it. Okay, so this is the tongue. So it moves like this. It moves in all kinds of directions. You're going to turn it as if you're twisting it and absorbing it. Okay. So imagine that you're eating like an ice cream, and you're just scooping up with the ice cream, the food, the cream. You're going to do the exact same thing. As you twist your tongue and absorb, I want you to visualize that you are receiving in through the tongue this life force. Okay. And that this is also really helping with the immune system and the center of empowerment in the body. When we exercise the tongue, we also exercise the dantian, because the lower dantian, because it's this house of empowerment. We connect. Many people are severed from the higher self and the lower self because there's a fear of integration. So what we're doing is we're linking the two systems, the lower and the mid dantian, which is the key to the upper. When we reconnect these systems, we begin to access this life force within the body. So I'm going to explain tomorrow the function of that, why we need it, what's important. That's tomorrow. So I hope that answers it for now. When we visualize programs to transmute, I felt unsure. Excellent, excellent observation. This is where the work is. So this is where I would pay attention. Why are we unsure? Why? Because we categorize things. Our discernment isn't clear because we don't know ourselves fully. So we need to take time to know ourselves in order to discern. And we're going to do that by reviewing our programs and noticing if the programs we adopted that are informing our decisions of discernment, do we agree with those? Okay. What you'll discover is that you won't agree with many of these discernment programs that you've inherited from society, religion, culture, socialization programs, all of these things, even gender roles, all play a role in the kind of programs and the way that we discern and judge things. So this is a fabulous opportunity for us to do self-study, to understand what are our core, our things that we value. Okay, what you want to do is you want to see, are these discernments coming from a place of fear and separation, or are they coming from a place of love and unity? When you make a decision from love and unity, from not romantic love, unity consciousness, the one that is good for you and the collective, you're observing what is good for what will make this organism thrive and healthy, and it will also participate in making the whole thrive and healthy. That's love. And sometimes that's going to look like something that you don't expect. Okay, so pay attention to that and the way that your thought forms might change. Okay, Mary Linda says, I saw universe light entering at the start, the perineum in my pineal gland, and I got easier. However, the most blocked was my throat chakra. Had to focus to release it. Excellent observation. Now you know where it is. Okay, so this is, and I told you it's the hardest one. A lot of people are blocked, especially over the past couple of years. Okay, Anders says, okay, different kinds of intentions can affect the cells. Great. Yes. Awareness of condition and programmings will help with that, Katie. Awareness equals consciousness. Thank you, Grace. Absolutely. Kevin, thank you so much for that super chat. Love you. Thank you for that. I really appreciate it. Marilena says, I connected with my oversoul and I was watching how I was integrating everybody like a PC program. Interesting. I had much anger stored in my cells. Excellent. Darina, the globe we imagined in the beginning, is it a small ball or is it big and like a vortex? So it's like a toroidal field. It's like a little orb, a toroidal field of gold light. You can make it smaller, big, but make sure that it's addressing each one of the centers as you work through your body. And right now, this probably seemed like a long meditation, but once you learn how to do this, it can become a really great daily practice that you just run through the body as you're running your errands, driving in the car. Be careful, pay attention, of course, but it'll become a second nature, something that's very easy for you to do. Okay. All right, my love, let's go over here. I felt the move of energy and expansion. That's amazing. Great meditation. It resonates with me. For example, the thymus gland shrinks as we age and probably needs vitalization. Absolutely. Nothing should shrink in our bodies. Nothing should die. I mean, we are programmed with the idea that we're going to die, but remember that longevity depends on the length of your telomeres and the well-being. And to maintain those telomeres long, we have to have healthy mind, healthy body, and integration of all. So we can create that environment in our body. I woke up at the end of the meditation. That was so strong. That's amazing. Thank you, Vicky from Italy. Oh, so many wonderful Italians. I hope to visit you guys soon. Grace says, I have found just by listening to this a few times that my highest self shows up like, oh my God. Yes, so excited to hear that. Many blessings from you. We had a tornado. Wow, tornado. Please stay safe. Please stay safe. Teresa, wow, amazing. You transmute this fear. Well done. Legend. Thank you. Golden Lion meditation. Oh, thank you so much for that super chat. Love you. Thank you for that. Thank you for being here. All right, my love, Megan, Marilena, love you guys so much. I hope you have an incredible night, and I will see you tomorrow. Put your questions, let me know what you want to know, and I'll be happy to assist you. What does one do? Oh, here's a question. Megan says, what does one do for those whose brains have been connected to the brains connected to the Internet of Things? Hugs and gratitude. It's just like everything else, my love. We can neutralize our connections to everything. So remember your power, embody that empowerment. Absolutely nothing can affect you when you are in charge of this physical body. Okay? Love you. Have an amazing night. Bye-bye.